guys, it's going to be crazy town around here tonight. We're going to be making Philly cheesesteak calzones. Let's get to it. Welcome to another episode of Real Food. Tom here in the kitchen once again. Another great show tonight. We're going to be doing something, one of my all-time favorites, with a little bit of a twist. As many of you know, I'm a big Philly cheesesteak fan. Been eating them for my whole entire life. Well, not too long ago, I started making a bunch of pizzas for this project I was working on, and then I discovered calzones. Now, I don't know if you guys have ever made a calzone before, or if you've even eaten a calzone, but it's basically just a pizza that's kind of folded over in half and baked in the oven. So tonight, we're going to be doing a Philly cheesesteak calzone. Oh so good. Okay, so very simple ingredients, the same stuff that you would use in a Philly cheesesteak, except it's going to be made inside of a calzone. So what do you put in your Philly cheesesteak? Well, for me, this is what I do. I put onions, I put mushrooms, I have American cheese, which is up for debate. Some people rather have a cheese whiz or provolone, whatever. That's what I do. And then some thinly sliced ribeye. Okay, not always easy to find. Make friends with your butcher, but that's what I would suggest as far as the meat goes, the thinly sliced ribeye. Okay, so let's get cracking. Let's start preparing this, and I'll just show you the process that I do. First of all, over here at the stove, I have my oil up, just getting warm right now in a cast iron frying pan. Okay, what I'm going to do first of all, I'm going to cut up some mushrooms and some onions. Some people might not like mushrooms in their Philly cheesesteak. I didn't originally, but I've grown to enjoy it. So I'm putting mushrooms in tonight. Feel free to do what you want to do. And I'm going to put a little bit extra in here just for the heck of it, because the calzone is going to be a pretty decent size. So make sure I have enough filling in there. So we're going to cook these. We're going to get the mushrooms and the onions cooking a little bit ahead of time. I usually cook them a little on the thick side because, as you know, when mushrooms cook, they do cook down a little bit. So we're going to throw these in the cast iron pan. Okay, make sure that heat is up nice and hot because you want to get these cooked rather quickly. Okay, so there you go. We have that. Now we're just going to put in a few onions. You can do diced. You can do a combination of both. I don't like dicing them up too small because, you know, you want people to know that they're in there. So I'm going to go about this size here. That should be good. If you like more onions, put more onions in. We're going to throw those right in there like that. Right in the pan. They're in there, so they're going to start cooking. If you want, we also have some yellow banana peppers, which I usually put those on at the end, but I'm going to put a few of these in here with the mushrooms and the onions to let them cook as well. Okay. So we're going to just throw those right in the mix right there. Add a little color too, right? Let's add a little bit of color. And then the only thing left to do is the Philly cheesesteak meat here, which, like I said, it's already pre-sliced, but I like to give it a nice little chop just to get it started a little bit. You don't want big pieces in. Like you can see, this is a pretty good size piece of meat. Okay, so I like cutting it up a little bit before I put it in the pan. So that's what we're going to do right now. Not too small, just about like that. And put it back in the bowl, and I'm going to do maybe a little bit of salt and pepper. I just remembered I forgot my apron to put that on, so I'm going to have to stay really, really clean today. A little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper, like that. Mix it all around, like that. Before you put this in, make sure the onions and the mushrooms are pretty well cooked to begin with. So let's come over here and see what we got going on here. That's looking pretty good. Maybe even get a little squeeze, another little bit of oil on here, like that. Okay. Okay, it looks like the mushrooms, onions, and everything are ready. So we're going to take the meat now. We're going to just drop it right in here like this. You can hear it sizzling. Okay. So now if you want to be real professional about this, you can just go in here with a couple spatulas like they do in Philly. Just chop it up in small pieces like that. The idea is you want to have these in kind of bite-sized pieces. You know, I know some place that took the Philly cheesesteak meat and ran it through a grinder, so it's almost like hamburger. That's a little bit too much for me. But we're going to just go just a medium chop here. Just kind of let that all kind of cook together. And we're going to do the crust, or the pizza dough now, while that's cooking. Okay? So what we want to do is we'll get some pizza dough. This was bought at the store, just regular pizza dough. You can make your own. There's a link right down below there if you want. But we bought this, and this is about, I think this is about a quarter, or maybe a quarter of what was actually there. So we're going to roll this in a bowl. We're just going to make a small pizza is what we're going to do. Okay? So watch carefully. And while you're doing this, make sure to remember that you do have stuff in the frying pan too, because you don't want anything to burn. Okay? And this is almost done already. In fact, you can probably turn the heat off right now. This looks perfect. So I'm going to turn the heat off, then come back over here and get to the pizza dough. If you guys have a technique, you know, of making your own pizza, you can do that. If not, you know, worst case scenario, pull out the old rolling pin, like I always tell everybody. Take the rolling pin, just kind of roll it out like that. Get it flat a little bit if you want to do that. You can do it a little bit just to get it to the right size, okay? And that's what we're going to do. We're just going to make a pizza. Pretend you're making a pizza. And you know what? My friends back on the East Coast, especially in Eastern Pennsylvania, we grew up on a thing called a German pizza, which is basically, this is what this is, a German, I guess this would be more or less called a German pizza calzone, because that's basically what a German pizza is, a Philly cheesesteak on top of a pizza. So that's kind of what this is. So let's call it that. Let's call it a German pizza calzone. It's now been officially renamed. Okay? So we're going to put that there like that. That's very thin. I will make sure it's not too thin. So as with a pizza, what we're going to do is we're going to put it on a kitchen or a pizza peel with a little bit of cornmeal so it doesn't stick. Oh, and also the oven needs to be up to 500 degrees. The oven is up to 500 degrees preheated, and I do have a pizza stone in there. So there you go. So that's all laid out. So now the only thing left to do is we're going to grab our pan here. Maybe a pot holder would even be good, so I don't burn my little fingers, okay? So there's the Philly cheesesteak there. So we're going to just kind of put that right in the middle, like that. Oh, I might even have enough left over here for an actual sandwich, okay? Because that's looking good. I was going to actually use more meat, but I'm going to need to. A few of these banana peppers on top of there like that. And last but not least, cheese. Okay, how much cheese? That's entirely up to you. But when this all melts, oh, muy delicioso, okay? So if you never made a Philly cheesesteak, at the very least, make one of those. But if not, make one of these. Look at that. So it's all nice and packed in there. So we're just going to take this, and hopefully we don't have any major problems, because anything could happen. Fold it over just like that, as you can see. Oh my God. This is beautiful. And kind of take your finger, just kind of seal the edges like that. And then what you want to do is fold that lip over like this. And all that goodness is right inside of here. And it's going to cook and get golden brown, and it's going to be, if this is heaven, this is what heaven would look like right here. A calzone Philly cheesesteak meat. Okay, one last thing you want to do is put a couple holes in it so the steam can escape, because these will start to bake. Okay, and I'm going to take a little bit of egg wash here, some egg and some water. Okay, I'm just going to gently brush this to give it like a little bit of a shine on the top when it's cooking. Alrighty, alrighty, alrighty. There you go. You don't have to go too crazy. Just cover it all. And then one last thing before you put it in the oven, give it a little shake. Make sure it doesn't stick, which it's not. And there you go. It's ready to go. our German pizza calzone in the oven for probably, I'm going to say, 15-20 minutes, but we'll know for sure in a little bit. Ooh, that almost stuck. And there it is. It's in there. It's going. So what we're going to do, we're going to let that cook 15-20 minutes. I'm going to pull it out of the oven, let it rest, let it cool, and then we're going to try it. So stay tuned. Okay, well, it's out of the oven for probably about 5 to 10 minutes. I had wanted to let this cool because I actually wanted to cut into it and taste it. But as you can see, the cheese is coming out the top. It's all melty and crap, which is beautiful, okay? And it's golden brown, top and bottom, just how you want it, okay? So I'm going to cut into this first of all so we can see what's on the inside. I mean, we know it's on the inside. Okay, and there you go. The steam is just coming out of this like crazy. Okay, can you see that? And it's a Philly cheesesteak right inside of a calzone, just as promised. Okay, so that's it. Now, one thing I didn't mention was, you know, German pizzas have obviously tomato sauce on. This did not have any tomato sauce. So you have two options, actually three options. You put a little tomato sauce on the inside while it's baking. You can have a little sauce on the side, like I have here. Sauce on side? You want sauce on side? Sauce on side right here. Okay, tomato sauce or no sauce at all. So I'm going to do a little dipperoonie here in the sauce and cut off a small little piece here, first of all. And that's beautiful. In fact, I'm probably cutting this up too much. I should just go for it. Okay? So there it is in the sauce. Good. It's actually better than good. Plenty of cheese. That's the secret. Load it with cheese because it's going to melt all the way through, as you can see. Okay? The crust cooked perfect. Easy to do. This is an easy one for you guys. Okay? So make it, try it. You can't go wrong when there's Philly cheesesteak meat involved in all this. Okay? So thanks so much for watching. That's all I got. We'll see you next time. Hey guys, it's Tom, and thanks so much for stopping by the Real Food YouTube channel. If you liked the video, just hit the like button down below, and also hit the subscribe and that little notification bell so you know next time we post a video. See you soon.